Carowinds is a park that has been in the news quite a lot lately. From the opening of Aeronautica Landing to the whole Fury 325 incident, this park has been in the media quite a bit. Now we finally have some good news to talk about this park. The park is already planning attractions for the coming years. They recently sent out a survey to guests trying to get their feedback on a few attractions, and we're going to talk about all that in this video. I actually have first-hand experience with this survey as it was sent to me and I was able to complete it all the way up to the point where they listed the new attractions. So I can verify that this information is 100% accurate in what they're planning. Different parks send out these surveys quite a lot. I know Dollywood did this a while ago. It doesn't mean they are adding these attractions, it means they are considering these or something like it. So they're just trying to garner guest feedback for these projects. So what kind of attractions were listed in this survey? Well, the first one that popped up on the screen was the water coaster. Yes, that is right, Carowinds could be adding a water coaster in the near future. From what I gather reading this description, it sounds very similar to a mock power splash, and considering that's what the pictures are, I think this is probably what they would go for. Now, a mock ride's power splash is an interesting ride, and I do think it would fit very nicely at Carowinds. But granted, while you are taking the survey, you don't know what option is going to come next. So the survey had me say how much I like this attraction, what I think about it, and overall I said it was a pretty good addition but not super unique. So after I submitted my feedback for the water coaster, I was hoping there would be some type of other coaster that came next. However, it wasn't. The next attraction that came on the survey was a classic log flume. So you can already see the pattern that Carowinds wants to add a water ride. The description that the park provided was of course a very general generic description of any log flume, except for like the new launched one. So the park would be adding just a regular log flume, and I think this would fit the park very nicely. However, I did rate the water coaster slightly above them. So now that I could see the pattern of water rides, I knew exactly what was coming next, and this was a river rapids ride. So yet again, the park could be adding a river rapids ride in the near future. Now, I rated this one the least out of all three because I don't necessarily love these things. They're pretty fun, but, I don't think they're that spectacular. So after I gave my feedback about this attraction, they had me rank all three in order, and I ranked them as follows. Of course, the water coaster is on top because out of the three, that is the best option, even though it's probably going to be a clone of a power splash. Then came the log flume, and finally the river rapids ride. So what can we gather from this? Well, obviously the park wants to add some type of water attraction in the near future, and it's very good that they are considering the three main options: a water coaster, a log flume, and a rapids ride. Now, just for completing this survey, I can almost guarantee you that the water coaster is going to win. It's definitely going to get the most amount of votes, followed by, of course, the log flume and then the river rapids ride. However, the park was extremely smart in the way they laid out this survey. By listing the water coaster first, many enthusiasts and guests who received this survey would think that it is about coasters and naturally rank the water coaster lower. And of course, when they see all the attractions, they will finally put the water coaster up higher, but it's going to give people their true thoughts about this ride. I think any of these additions would be fantastic at the park. It is desperately needed, especially when the park gets so hot during the summer months. So it's very good that they are listening to guests because a lot of people wanted some type of water attraction. Now, I just want to mention something that I think gets overlooked. These surveys are not 100% predictive. You are not able to predict what attraction they're going to add just by receiving one of these surveys. They might get an overwhelming response for the water coaster and say, okay, the guests really want some type of coaster, and then maybe add a coaster. Or depending on some of the feedback that the survey takers write, they could go for something completely different. I don't know, there's a lot of options out there. Now, one thing I just want to mention is that this is slightly confusing to me of why I would receive the survey. I don't live anywhere near Carowinds and I haven't been in over a year. Who knows why they sent it to me? Maybe they truly did a random sample, or they want good press after the Fury incident and know I'll make the video on it. But who knows, I'm glad I got the survey anyways. So this was just a little video to let you know what's going on behind the scenes at Carowinds. I would be extremely excited for any of these attractions and hope that they turn out fantastic. This is the Coaster Josh, signing out.